All right, well, how does it feel? It's game week. It's not fall camp anymore. How do you feel progress is for your crew?
Well, obviously everybody, coaches, players, everybody's excited to get ready for an opponent as opposed to just practicing against yourself. And so that makes it all a little bit more exciting. And obviously we got a huge challenge in front of us, but I think the guys have been focused and trying to go out there and put in good work in practice.
What about Ohio State? What's the scouting report on a team like that?
I'm very familiar with them. I haven't played them the last 2 years. They're a fabulous football team. I would say probably on paper they're probably going to be the best teams that we're going to face all season long. They don't have a whole lot of weaknesses, and they got a lot of playmakers, and so we got a great challenge in front of us.
Coach, can you talk about their dynamic running back duo? A couple guys went for 1,000 yards last year. What kind of challenge is your defense going to have to face to try to slow those guys down?
Yeah, those guys are really good. Both of those guys, they can do it all. They're kind of complete backs. They can run the football. They can catch the ball out of the backfield. They can pass protect. They can line them up at wide receiver. They can catch the ball. And so we got to do a great job of putting ourselves in tackling position and then complete the tackle.
You got a new quarterback. You got a little bit of film on him from the Michigan game. How much? This is the first game. I know they're going to do some different things, but is it nice to have a little bit of look at what he's done in the real game?
Sure. Actually, they had enough blowouts last year that he played in a lot more than just the Michigan game. And so, we got a chance to take a look at him. And obviously, he's an excellent passer. Probably the best passing quarterback that Coach Meyer's had since he's gone to Ohio State. And so, that may change their offense a little bit. But I think, he's just a really good player there at that position.
Does it change anything preparation-wise that they said that they might use, a second quarterback? Or
yeah, we would anticipate seeing, a couple different quarterbacks. And certainly we want to be aware of who's in the game, and obviously Haskins is more of the passer, and Martell is certainly more of the runner, and so we got to be aware of that and make sure our players are aware of that, because the offense won't change. It's just the emphasis may change on what they're going to do.
You have a freshman, Caleb Hayes, starting at corner. What do you see out of him?
Well, he's had a good fall camp, and because of some injuries and having to move guys to other spots, he's got a great opportunity to go out there and start for us, and so hopefully he's ready for the challenge.
One of those players being Sean Wilson moving to safety. What can he bring?
Well, obviously he's played some corner, and he certainly gives us a little bit more coverage ability at the safety position, and Sean's got a little thickness to him too, so hopefully he can hold up in the run game as well. And so we're just trying to get our best 11 guys on the field as much as possible.
You mentioned tackling earlier. You brought that up a few weeks ago too, how that was a huge focal point for you. Has that improved?
Yeah, we'll see. We haven't had to tackle Ohio State running backs and receivers yet. So, I think in practice, against our own team, we've certainly gotten better from the first scrimmage to the last scrimmage, and then the few live sessions that we've had at parts of practice, we've gotten better at tackling. And obviously, we're going to be going against some really good athletes and trying to tackle them in open space now.
Is it exciting for you to go back into Big Ten country? You just got here, but you're going back in there.
Yeah, this is really going, kind of back home, I guess, for me. So, yeah, it's going to be a great challenge. The shoe's a great environment. It's kind of one of the cathedrals in college football. And so, I think our players will be excited and feed off the energy that's going to be there, and hopefully we can go out there and put on a good show.
Coach, with your experience in the Big Ten and, like you said, in a lot of those cathedrals, what tips can you offer to some of your young defenders on going into one of the biggest environments in college football?
Well, I have found that, over the years that whether there's 100,000, there's 15,000, or there's 5,000, once the ball gets snapped, your focus should be on the field and what's on the field, and you kind of close out the noise of the crowd. And so for defense, this is great because we're going to be on the road. They're going to be nice and quiet for Ohio State's offense, so we should be able to communicate out there. Our offense is going to have to deal with the noise, not us this week.